Hello guys, this is Don's Movies, and welcome to the 43rd episode of the World of Warcraft lore Q&As. So today I will be answering some of the questions you guys left in the previous Q&A, also some questions from Facebook, and just general questions I've been getting recently. So if you would like to get your questions answered in the next video, you can put them on the YouTube comment section, YouTube personal messages, although I wouldn't really recommend YouTube personal messages, as recently they've been going pretty badly in the entire YouTube system. I just couldn't even respond to comments and all that stuff. So it might be best to put it on the YouTube comment section. Also, you can send your messages by Facebook and Twitter, as you have links in the description for that below. Anyways, just before we start, I just want to answer sort of a question, but it's not really by someone. It's a question I've been getting a lot recently by multiple people. I don't think I can really link it to someone. I've also been getting it on the stream as well. So a lot of people have been recently requesting that I make some videos on the Lords of War series, which is, in my opinion, really amazing that they are doing on the World of Warcraft channel. But I don't really know what to do. I feel like I want to cover it in a way, but I don't really know what to do, because I mean the story itself is pretty straightforward. It's not even really lore, it's like a story that is related to the lore, but it's pretty much just a short story. It doesn't really change too much, except in Karga's case, but that's a bit of a different thing. But they did actually change a lot of the lore that I knew before, and that might be even a good thing, because they're kinda putting more of a structure to it. And even though it's an alternate universe, it might still be a better way to actually fix some of the loopholes they made in the past. So I really don't know what to do about those videos. If you have some suggestions, you can leave them below. But also I don't even know what footage to use, because I feel like it would be kinda lame if I use the footage of those episodes in my videos. And plus, copyright wise, it might not be the best idea, and I don't feel like I want to use the entire thing in the background. I mean, to be fair enough, I can definitely use World of Warcraft footage, like Farsight stuff I do with little smooth shots and all that stuff. I guess I could do that, but I don't really know what to talk about. Although what I was thinking about doing, I might do a recap once they finish the entire series. I might do a recap of all of it and kind of cover some of the lore changes that happened in the first, second, third episode and all of that stuff. So that might be a thing, but if you have any suggestions about that, do leave them in the comment section. Alright, so let's not waste any more time and let's get into the actual questions. So the first question is by Aiden, and he asks, what do you think of the chances of the Hellscream lineage continuing on? Do you think we will see the end of the mighty, if ill-fated, orc bloodline? Also, do you think Garrosh will make any sort of redeeming actions in Warlords of Draenor? A lot of people actually quite like him as a character, and as Gromash is one of my favorite orc characters after Broxigar, I'd hate to see their Hellscream lineage die out without a true blaze of glory, as it is fitting to their track record. Alright, so I just want to give a quick notification that this is going to be a bit of a Warlords of Draenor spoiler, so if you don't want to hear it and are waiting for the release, you should probably just click on the second question, as there shouldn't be any spoilers there. But yeah, pretty much Garrosh isn't going to do anything really redeeming. He was kind of starting to do some redeeming actions in War Crimes, but nothing happened of that. And he's going to get killed quite early in the game by a troll in a duel thing, and he gets crushed by rocks. I didn't even get to that part in England, but I'm going to be streaming it, I believe. Well, pretty much once I upload this video, so I might get to it right now, but I'm not really certain. Now, honestly, I think it's mostly because people are starting to think Garrosh is overused, and they don't want him to be the center of the expansion, so they just use him to kind of start the Warlords of Draenor wheel and just kill him off. Which is, as they said on BlizzCon, that they will give a satisfying ending to the players about the entire Garrosh story. Because honestly, he has been the center of all the expansions since Cataclysm, but he has also been since the Burning Crusade in there, and in the books like The Shattering, even Wolfheart and War Crimes and all that stuff, so they kind of had to kill him off as people started to complain. So I think that's kind of the main reason why he died so early, because they don't want the focus to be on him, but they want it to be instead on the Iron Horde. Now also on the lineage thing, I've actually been thinking about it recently, and it would really suck in my opinion if they just killed all of them and the entire family is completely finished. But I feel like there might be something hidden away. Maybe Garrosh has this brother we never knew of, or maybe something happened between Garrosh and Zila, which was highly suggested and most likely the case. And there is a kid hidden somewhere, because I think Zila dies in the dungeon like the first dungeon worlds of Draenor, but I'm not really certain about that yet. I don't know if she actually dies like lore-wise, or maybe even he had a kid with someone else, because he's like 40, 45 at this point, so everything is possible. But yeah, I would definitely like to see more of these Hellscreams, as honestly, I don't really like Garrosh too much, but Grom Hellscream is my favorite character, and I feel it would just suck if they like ended their story, since they're pretty much a major part in the lore and have been there since like Warcraft 1 and Warcraft 2. Alright, next question is by Mistake, and he asks, why did the Blood Elves team up with the Horde? I mean, they were part of the Alliance before. Now, I mostly explained this in my Blood Elf RP guide, but the main reason is because they allied themselves with the Forsaken. Well, they didn't really like ally themselves fully, but they were kind of allies. And the reason for that is because they kind of had the same fate as the Forsaken, and Scourge was also their common enemy. Also, Lortimar, who is the leader of the Blood Elves, was second in command to Sylvanas, so that was kind of a good thing, although I'm not really certain how those like after death relationships might work and what they remember and all that stuff, so that might be a bit weird. And another thing is also that the elves that remained were still kind of part of the Alliance and joined it after the entire destruction, and those are the High Elves, but aren't really playable. And they're also seen as traitors, and not even for like the Alliance joining, but they're seen as traitors by the Blood Elves for not deciding to put the blood in their names as like an honor to their fallen brethren. And the actual Blood Elves that were under the Alliance were under Garithos, who was racist and evil towards them and used the elves like as meat shields, which led them to finding the new allies such as Naga. And also another thing is, even after the second war, the elves kind of helped the humans and they helped each other, I mean Qualtalas, but the entire thing didn't really work out and they blamed each other and they kind of left the Alliance. So they weren't really even a part of it in the third war, and that is pretty much the reason why we only saw like the elves when Arthas attacked them, and they weren't really like helping the humans of Lordaeron and all of that stuff, so that's kind of a thing as well. Now, I would suggest watching my Blood Elf RP guide, even if you're not into RP, there is good like 12-13 minutes at the start of just straight out Blood Elf lore, and I did explain a lot of things. And as I said previously, I want to keep these RP guides, I mean they're sort of like lore lessons. They do cover like some RP stuff and kind of are actually RP guides, but they're mostly lore lessons on all these specific races, so even if you don't RP, I would suggest watching those guides if you want to learn more about the race. Alright, and the last question is by the Life Erratic, and he asks, this isn't really a lore question, but I need to ask, with RP guilds, which are the people I should avoid or look for? I've had bad experiences with RP guilds, basically being bitchfests and ERP, and I'm looking for an actual RP guild with non-sociopaths in it. Now, this is quite an interesting question, as I do get it a lot, and I know how you feel because it happened to me as well. Now, a lot of people honestly think like RP is the weirdest thing ever, and everyone is like creepy that does it. And honestly, I can't even lie, I kinda did at the start as well. And that is mostly because of the people like that. They don't even like care about the story and just kind of roleplay the game just as they would any other game, and either like ERP or just like very weird about it. And it's not even really roleplay. It doesn't have anything to do with like your characters and all that. And I honestly think that is what draws off people from actually trying RP, even though when you actually try it and like get into it seriously, it is really cool. Now, I'm in the Orcs of the Red Blade Guild on Defiance Brotherhood EU. And so far it's an awesome guild, and I've been in there since like 2010 I believe. Although to be honest, I haven't really been active in the past like year or two. That's mostly because I don't really have the time, as I barely even get time to just play games as it is apart from live streaming. So I don't really get that much time to even play the game, only on like certain patches and all that stuff. And there's like events I just can't make it to, but hopefully I will get into it at some point. But my suggestion is just go on like an RP server. And it would be best if it's just an RP server, as it is better than an RP PvP server, because RP PvP servers are just like PvP servers with only a few RP guilds, which is sort of a mistake I made at the start when I joined Defiance Brotherhood, even though I noticed Argent Dawn was better and there were a lot more people that were actually serious about it. And then on whatever server you choose, do some research about the server and the guilds on the server, and find like the most reputable guilds, like the RP guilds, and usually they have like a website or some sort of like an application system, and joining them is like a few-day process, which is honestly a really good thing, meaning that the guild is actually serious and that they take their stuff seriously in the events and all that. So they will usually have a lot of like organized stuff and everything, and they'll probably be serious about it, and you'll have to provide like a serious backstory, personality stuff and all of that, and kind of give your experiences with everything. So those are kind of my suggestions. You can watch my basic RP guide, and I do plan on, once I finish all the race guides, I do plan on like doing like an advanced RP guide or just like a video on how to get into RP, so that's the thing for the future. And that is all I have for this Q&A. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you want to get your questions answered in the next episode, leave them either by YouTube comment sections, and if I didn't answer them before, feel free to just copy paste them, I'll try to get to them eventually. And also you can send your questions by YouTube personal messages, although lately, as I said, the system has been going that great, so it might not be the best choice, and you should probably submit them by Facebook and Twitter, as I have links in the description for that below. Also, don't forget to like, favorite and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel and keeps these videos going. And check out my twitch.tv stream, as I kinda started seriously, and I have like a set schedule, and I'm probably gonna go live after I upload this video. So if you're watching it just after I upload it, you have the link to the stream in the description below. Anyways, thanks so much for taking your time to watch this video, and see you next time.